Hi guys, I'm going to be answering one question I keep on getting from people. I've got everything that I need. I'm only waiting for a sponsor. I've got all the papers ready. I'm waiting for a sponsor. I'm going to answer that question because I had to go on the government website to check exactly, am I missing something? So I've got the answer for you. Sponsor is an employer. When you say you're looking for a sponsor, you're basically saying you're looking for an employer. How do you find an employer? By looking for a job, and they have to offer you a job. And the job has to meet the criteria of what is required, the right salary, the right skills. So you need to go for an interview, you need to look for a job. I know you've got all the documents ready, but that's not enough. You need to do the major part is for you to get an employer who will say, yes, we want to employ you. We're going to sponsor your stay in the United Kingdom. So that's what you need to do. Good luck with the job search, guys. You take care. Right. So the UK government is saying that you will usually need a sponsor license to employ someone to work for you from outside the UK. All right. This includes unpaid work, like running a charity, right? Then it goes on to say, sponsoring someone does not guarantee that they'll get a visa to work for you in the UK. Did you hear that? Sponsoring someone does not guarantee that they'll get a visa to work for you in the UK, right? So your employer will get a license, of course, to employ healthcare workers. But the UK government is saying that doesn't guarantee that you get a work permit. So basically your employer is going to apply for a sponsorship license, and once they are granted, then they'll be able to employ you. That is if you get the job, right? The UK government goes on to say that the job suitability, you can sponsor a worker if the job they are going to do has a suitable rate of pay and skill level or meets the other criteria needed for their visa. So it goes on to say, read more about job suitability if you are sponsoring a skilled worker, a healthcare worker, a worker on any type of global business mobility visa, and it lists on all those types of visas. But I've been dealing with healthcare workers here. Okay. So already as a healthcare worker, you are suitable to apply for healthcare jobs. But then, even if your employer has got a sponsor license, it says that it's not guaranteed that you get a work permit. That's what it says. That's what I read, right? That's what we read. Okay. So what you need to do now is to look for jobs. You go on to look for jobs. If the employer wants you, they will apply for a work permit for you. If they have a sponsor license, of course, they will apply for a work permit for you. If they don't have a sponsorship license, probably your employer may have to consider applying for their own license so that they can employ you, right? So asking me questions like, I've got all the papers that I need, but I'm waiting for a sponsor. So basically what you're trying to tell me is that you're waiting for someone to come and offer you a job. But that is not going to happen like that. You need to start looking for jobs. Look for a job. If the employer wants you, if they've got a license, they'll employ you. If they don't have, they may apply for a sponsor license just to employ you. Okay? We already know that the government is saying they are looking for healthcare workers, for healthcare assistants, for nurses, for OTs, social workers. So if they need you, they will employ you. So your role now is to apply. I know you've got all those papers posted. I've got all the papers. All my papers are ready. I'm just waiting for a sponsor. A sponsor is not going to come and knock on your door and say, I am here. No, you have to knock at their doors and say, are you a sponsor? I can do the job that you've advertised. All right. The job might have to be advertised in the UK first, and if they can't find someone who can fill in that role, then they'll give it to you. That's why I always say to you guys, apply. Because it's not every role that is going to be filled. Some people may say, those who live in the UK, they'll say, I'm not able to be working all full-time hours. I can only work 10 hours. Yet the employer's got about 3 roles that needs to be filled. Okay. If they can't find someone to fill in the role, then they're allowed to recruit someone from abroad. That's where you come in. So don't sit there and ask me, I can't find a sponsor. I can't find a sponsor. The sponsors are online. They've advertised for jobs. If their jobs can't be filled with the locals, they'll get you. That's been the rule for years. If the job cannot be filled with locals, they will take foreigners for that job. And the healthcare workers, there's a shortage of them in the UK. Healthcare workers, nurses, engineers, teachers, IT staff. If they can't find a local to fill in the role, then they will do a permit for you. So don't ask me, I can't find a sponsor. My response is start looking for jobs. You will find a sponsor. If they need you, they'll apply for a permit for you. All right? That's my response. I hope this clarifies the matter, and I'm not going to be getting more questions about how can I find a sponsor. You need to look for jobs. Apply. Apply for roles. If they find locals to fill in the post, then that's fine. If you apply elsewhere and they can't find locals to fill in the post, perhaps the employer may choose to employ you. If they don't have a sponsorship license, they can apply for it so that they can employ you. But then the Home Office is saying it's not guaranteed that you can get a permit even if your employer has got a sponsorship license. Okay? So, good luck. Let's keep looking for jobs. If you have any other questions, you're free to ask on Facebook or in the comment section on this video. I'm going to be responding to you guys. All the best.